Welcome. I am Sister Who. With me today is Chaplain Carridwen Brennan, and she works with the Correctional System, or you work with the Correctional System.
With the Correctional System.
We were talking a moment ago, suggesting that there needs to be a discussion about volunteerism related to the Correctional System, because the majority of the volunteers you're getting are from just the very far right, some might even say extreme examples of Christianity. And there's a horrendous underrepresentation of, first of all, any other faith.
But also of any other viewpoint other than the extreme right.
Yeah, no liberal Christianity, no middle mainline Protestant, no middle anything, no Islam, no Buddhist, no pagan, no. I mean, there's you and your life partner are the only ones doing the ministry for pagans. Right, and we're doing
pagan ministry. But it's not just volunteers from a religious point of view, but there needs to be, especially with the new emphasis on reintegration and reintegration programs, there need to be volunteers to teach life skills, to help mentor GED programs.
People who have no religious affiliation at all.
The religious affiliation should be essentially
it's supposed to be irrelevant.
Moot. But of course you bring whoever you are with you when you're doing that sort of work. And one of the things that would be very valuable is a breadth of volunteers who are not only coming in to teach life skills or welding or hairdressing or any number of other real skills that people need to survive and move forward in life, but they are simply a representation of the broader culture. So that, yes,
that those who are incarcerated can have an accurate view of what they will deal with in society.
What the world is really like out there. Most inmates have come from a very narrow sector to begin with.
Okay.
Gang issues, cultural issues that were insular, that were very narrow. Then they're in prison, which is its own subculture and has its own agendas, and then they're expected to go back into a society
that they were never really part of.
They were never really part of. No, exactly. They certainly can't just go back to who they were and what they were doing, because hanging out on the corner doing dope wasn't the good choice to begin with.
That's what got them there in the first place.
So they need exemplars of human beings, people, folks, who have lives and children and jobs and mortgages and lives, so that the inmates can see what life looks like for people who get up every day and go to work and come home and have a beer and watch TV.
How people who are being effective in their lives function.
Yes, because they don't really know what that looks like. And having perhaps a GED mentor come in, like they have GED instructors who are paid by the state, but someone to help them, and this is true in jails as well as prisons, someone to help them with their studies. Do you know that I think if I tried to take the GED now, that I would have a really hard time with it? And I have a high school diploma and a college degree and advanced studies, and the GED is getting pretty seriously tough. And people who have passed the GED, I give them all sorts of credit, because they know their stuff. It matters. And they get a sense of real pride out of it. I've done it. I didn't graduate high school, but I've got a GED and I did it. You know, or any of the wonderful training programs that they have inside. There's programs for film, for video. There's a video studio that is run by the department to teach those skills, and they make in-house videos.
Is there any skill, any profession that is not something that would be recommendable to teach within the correctional system?
Pretty much, if it's legal, they need it. They need
for any
manual skills.
Any professional, anyone watching,
office skills.
Whatever you do is something someone inside the system needs to learn.
Right, could benefit from, and end up being able to put on their resume not a 5-year hole, but I took this program and I earned this certificate and I have this skill.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes me a valuable employee.
Whether it's computer-aided drafting, whether it's cutting hair, but any skill you can name.
Absolutely. And while there are paid staff that do some of this, there are facilities that don't have the money. And volunteers to pick up a program on pottery, how to run a kiln. Any number of things could be useful, viable skills on the outside.